Hello, dear students. Welcome to What, Why, How, the daily initiative by IAS Baba, where we take up a current topic or an editorial and we try to declutter it in less than 10 minutes. The topic that I have chosen for today is a topic that has high chances of being asked in several forms for UPSC exam, both from your prelim standpoint and from your main standpoint. It is about the Mahakumbh Mela. Now, when we have to talk about the Mahakumbh Mela, it is going to be organized in Prayagraj from 13th January to 26th February. So it is almost a month and few days long event, and it is going to be the world's largest peaceful congregation of a religious community. Now, the idea of Mahakumbh Mela, it actually originates from the Puranas, and after from the origins of Puranas, it was later popularized by Shankaracharya. Now, Shankaracharya is a very renowned philosopher and a theologian who had very good insights into your Sanatana Dharma. So, here, when it comes to your Shankaracharya, he was the one who had transcribed the idea of your Kumbh Mela from the Puranas and later on popularized it. Though he put it into his works, the patronage from the royal families is what led the Mahakumbh Mela to be such a grand event. So you see evidences of the grandeur of this event from the times of your Gupta Empire. You see Harshavardhana, the king of Pushyabhuti dynasty, he had actually started the organization of the Kumbh Fair at Prayagraj. That is, along with your congregation, what also happens is you have certain commercial activities associated with it. In 2017, as you can see, UNESCO had also recognized Mahakumbh Mela as an intangible cultural heritage of humanity. Though I mentioned about the Gupta patronage, I want you to also understand during the medieval period, the Kumbh Mela had received widespread support from Akbar. In fact, Akbar was the emperor who ensured that the yogis who were part of the congregation would be accompanying the royal, whoever was the royalty that was going to lead the Kumbh Mela. The yogis would walk alongside with the royalty, is what Akbar had decided. Even later, much in the time of the British Empire, James Prinsep had a lot to do with accumulating all the information of Mahakumbh Mela and putting it into text and popularizing it to the outer world. So you can see over here the tradition of Mahakumbh Mela is something that has passed on from your ancient to your medieval to your modern times. Now, looking at some of the other events and some of the other prelims related information related to your Mahakumbh Mela. Mahakumbh Mela also happens on, you see, it's primarily happening at four different locations. So you have in Haridwar, which happens on the banks of Ganga, in Ujjain on the banks of Shipra, in Nashik on the banks of Godavari, and in Prayagraj at the confluence of Ganga, Yamuna, and the mythical, invisible Saraswati River. Saraswati has so much of relevance mentioned in your Vedas, in your Puranas, etc. So, this is the reason why at the confluence or at the assumed confluence of these three rivers at Prayagraj is where your Mahakumbh Mela or the final event of it happens. Now, why are we even discussing about this? See, now when you look at it at the onset of it, it is considered to be the largest congregation, peaceful congregation of a religious community. But the idea is Mahakumbh Mela is not now known just merely as a Hindu congregation. It invites dignitaries, it invites people of any different faith who want to get their faith reinforced, who want to feel the power of collective faith, all of them visit your Mahakumbh Mela. And even if you are not of any faith, also, the very act of all of these people coming together to offer their gratitude to nature and to the world around is something that is considered to be so exhilarating. Got it. So now comes as to why is this considered as such a big event? Now, to speak from the ethics angle of it, the major yogis that are involved in the Mahakumbh Mela are called as your akharas. Akharas actually symbolize your social order, unity, culture, and ethics. They might have come from different religious faith, but at this point, they are all known as the akharas of your Kumbh Mela. They emphasize different moralities, self-restraint, compassion. So in totality, the ideal values and morals that have to be there in every human is what the akharas represent. So this is a big lesson for your future generations. Besides, the Mahakumbh Mela from the ancient times and even to the current days is seen as an area for spiritual discourses, where there are so many discussions that happen along, conducted by your very respected saints, spiritual leaders, etc. And along with it, you also have your music, dance, and crafts. So this is basically not just a religious festival, but it is the celebration of what we see as Indian culture. Now, if you look at the historical significance also, your very famous traveler Huan Sang had mentioned about the relevance of Prayagraj and about Kumbh Mela in his works. In fact, he was the one who had mentioned about Triveni Sangamam. Triveni Sangamam, primarily in very physical terms, it just means the meeting point of three major rivers, which happens at Prayagraj. But Huang Sang also tried to propound the idea that in Kumbh Mela, it is not just the three rivers meeting, but it is the idea of collective faith, that is, people of different faiths coming together, trusting each other. This is all what is exemplified in your Maha Kumbh Mela. Now, this is the historical and the cultural and the ethical and the philosophical impact. Added to all of this, along with your Kumbh Mela, there's a lot in the current times. There's a lot of events that are happening to attract foreign investment, foster cultural exchanges, and even promote sustainable tourism. For example, this year there is an event called as your Netra Kumbh. Netra Kumbh primarily means that they are going to provide free eye tests for over 5 lakh people. Now, this is considered as a Guinness record breaking event that is going to be there. Even in 2019, when Mahakumbh Mela or your Kumbh Mela was celebrated, you had seen that this would be a part of 3 Guinness World Records. So, to now conclude, Mahakumbh Mela is not just a festival, it is a living heritage that binds different generations through shared beliefs and traditions. It is an experience and not just an event that transforms not only the pilgrims but also even the observers who witness the power of collective faith. In celebrating the Mahakumbh Mela, we are basically celebrating the essence of India, where several communities and religions are living harmoniously. And this is now going to be put forward to the world as a lesson for the world to follow. So I hope all the important topics or all the important information needed for tackling certain aspects of Mahakumbh Mela is now given to you. Until we meet again, take care and happy learning.